My name is Yurii, and I'm a freelancer. Hello, Yurii. You know how this Alcoholic Anonymous, as they always do. So it's like Freelancers Anonymous. So I have a little bit of experience of working on freelancer by myself. So I was building kind of my personal businesses for like 7 years. Then I was like turning into community building. I was connecting people. Before I was building communities for experts. Afterwards, I learned that companies can benefit out of communities, and I started building communities for businesses. And then, long story short, yeah, I finished working for a company called Freelancer Map, and we made one of the biggest conferences for freelancers in Europe. It was last year. This year we continue to grow in it, and we are doing it the next year. And they told me like, hey Yurii, you're in Warsaw, we're in Berlin, why don't you create Freelance Unlocked community and Freelance Unlocked conference in Warsaw? I'm like, easy, whatever. And I just had a lot of experience meeting people, I have a lot of experience talking to people, and I'm also hosting a lot of podcasts. I had these 3, it's like already a history, Community Life, Freelance Thrive, Freelance Sucks, where I was sharing people's stories about how they suck in freelancing or how they thrive in freelancing. Currently, I'm still doing other 3 podcasts. Humans of Business, it's about humans in business. Community ROI, how you connect community with business. And one of my latest and favorite is the independent workforce. It's like part of what I will be talking today about. And this podcast, the independent workforce, I approach freelancing from the side of companies. So currently, so I approach the company freelance from the side of companies, and I invite them into the conversation with freelancers. Like, hey, why don't you build projects? Why don't you create projects for freelancers? And they're like, no, we don't. We want own people. We just take care about full-time employees. We don't care about freelancers. I'm like, maybe you still should care. Let's talk about it. So currently, I'm in a lot of conversations with companies of why should they hire independent experts. And also it's me who likes learning languages on Duolingo, just expanding my vocabulary. I'm not really learning languages, but just expanding my vocabulary. And I also love reading books, and one of the latest books is my kid brought to me from school, and it was like a funny story. My kid came to me like, oh, I just read this book. I'm like, and it's sad. I'm like, okay, let me try it. And in the evening, my wife came back from home and from work, and she like, have you been crying? I'm like, no, I won't. No, I didn't. And she was like, yeah, you was. I'm like, it's just a sad book. So especially I love books that makes you cry. And yeah, my current mission, something that I'm working a lot right now, is building the independent workforce market or freelance market, specifically in Poland, but not limited. So we have Freelancer Map companies that works for 20 years already on the German market and also the DACH region, so they have a lot of experience, but they have 0 experience outside of Germany, and we are currently doing it together. And before you forget everything, and before you get disappointed of what the hell is going on, let's just connect, because otherwise you will forget about it, I will forget about it, everyone will forget about it, and we will be disconnected. I'm just kidding, it will be the last slide too, so you can connect with me anytime. And still you are checking, okay, no, enough. So, what I'll be telling you about, first of all, is how to land your first gig if you're just starting freelancing, how to start building your freelance business, and how to get more clients. Before that, I will tell you that everything that I'm talking about is solely based on my personal experience and hundreds of conversations with other freelancers. So, I'm happy to be wrong. And if I'm wrong somewhere, let's talk about it. I'm happy to hear your thoughts and ideas. And a little bit of my personal story. So 10 years ago, I started my first professional entrepreneurial journey and created the internet shop without having any idea of how the marketing works or how sales works or how the hell this website development works or SEO, whatever. And then I jumped to this ocean, like in Sparta, you either die or you are like rising up from the sea and then you are okay. So 10 years passed, and currently I'm doing a lot of freelancing, I'm doing a lot of consulting in the freelancing space, in the community building space. I'm hosting podcasts, I'm speaking into conferences, I'm sharing my experience very openly, and it didn't happen in one day. It happened over 10 years. So in today's 30 minutes, I will try to put all this 10 years of experience into 30 minutes. Let's see if it will work. And I have no idea what the future holds, you know, but what I clearly know, I read a lot of books, I talk to a lot of people, I listen to many different podcasts. But with all this AI things and all this stuff, if you are not having a personal brand, if you are not building a personal brand, if you are not visible, if you are owned by one company, there is a huge chance that in some years in the future you will just lost your job and you will have no idea what to do next on the market. And I'm not telling you to become a freelancer or an independent professional, it's up to you. But I'm just telling you that you have to be visible on social media, maybe LinkedIn, like of your choice, but you have to be visible. People have to know that you exist as an expert, as a human, and the earlier you start building your network, the better. So, yeah, while doing this personal journey, while connecting with people, while building communities, I even achieved some international awards that I still stay on my window and I just see them from time to time just to remember that something good is going on. So they gave me an award for the best community member in 2023 and the best podcast in 2025. I'm like, great, thank you, amazing, thank you for saying that you kind of care about me. And what I really learned during these 10 years, like very, very fast, first of all, connections matter. If you don't have connections, it really sucks. So start building connections. I even encourage you after this speech, just turn to the person on your right, on your left, just exchange LinkedIn, just connect and see where you intersect. Maybe you will not intersect anywhere, but still, the more people you know, the more intersections you will have, and the bigger your puzzle will. You will see a clearer picture. The second one is when you are doing your business, when you are building your personal business, when I'm talking about freelancing, you have to give value first, and without expecting anything in return. I have two examples in my current professional journey. There are two people who are having over 10 years of experience on growing freelance market. And I had conversations with both of them. One person gave me everything. He gave me access to his paid community for free. He gave me a ton of materials. He just like, I can connect you with anyone, just right now, just send me a message. Another person told me like, I have a lot of experience, I can tell you everything, but my hourly rate is 250 euro. When you pay me, I will tell you everything. Guess who I'm working with? Not this person who told me that everything behind the paywall. And that person who gave me value first without asking anything in return, they kind of like build trust with me. And I'm like, okay, if you are giving everything for free, what you are given in a paid setting, I'm curious, I really want to know more. And third one, that if you are doing a freelancing, so I have a lot of conversations about the word freelance at all, because some people think that freelancers are someone who are doing small jobs, like 10 minutes, like creating a logo, or like writing a small media post, or something like that. And some people think that freelancers are those experienced people with over 10 years of experience who are just going into your company and covering the huge part of your project. And they both right. So you never know what freelancing is. But if I will talk more about this long-term business, about these experts who are doing it not like just a side gig, something to add a little bit more money on top of their full-time job, but those who are really running their own business. And freelancing is running a business. You are not just being an expert in what you are doing, you have to do sales, you have to do marketing, you have to build a personal brand, you have to do networking, you have to do social media, you have to do taxes, you have to do accounting, or maybe you can pay money someone who will do taxes and accounting for you. But you still have to wear a lot of hats. And how did I land my first gig ever? I just really got lucky, you know? And the craziest thing is that when the war in Ukraine started, I just lost any sources of income because I was building communities for experts. And suddenly, for some reason, maybe because of the war, but for some reason nobody cared about communities, everyone cared about their lives. And I just turned to the international community world and I told like, hey, I have some experience, over 7 years, even 5 of those years without knowing that I'm building community, but maybe I can work with someone. That's exactly how I landed my first 2 clients, and then it was the basics for continuous conversation and continuous clientship. And yeah, I was just really lucky. I just asked. I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know if anyone will tell me something. I didn't know how to build your business. I just like, hey, maybe you have something for me. Can you please support me? And before we go forward, I would really love to know, who the hell are you? I mean, like, you kind of listened a little bit about me, but I want to know what you are doing. So, first of all, please raise your hand, someone who is just considering starting freelancing. Okay, just one person considering starting. What are you doing, everyone else? Hey. Okay, four people. Who already has some side gigs or doing some freelance work? Okay, even less. Who are you people? Okay, so who is freelancing full-time clearly or identifies as an entrepreneur or founder? Oh, it's a little better. Who are other people? Like nobody, okay, whatever. So there is one more thing. I can talk about, please take up your phones and just vote. Because I can talk about what I love, I can talk about what I hate, but what I really want to talk about, what you care about. And there will be no like real it won't change, you know, because it was just too much struggle to make it work. So I will just also, such as you, just scan this QR code and see what are the results. So, what are the results? The results are that someone have no idea where to, 3-4 people. Okay, I will just wait, you know, unless 10 people at least will be voting. Otherwise, we have no way to continue. 4 more people to vote, 3 more people. Okay, 10, great, 12, we are moving forward. So, you can see the results on your phones, but if you don't see it, if you close the window, I will tell you. The first answer, yeah, I have no idea where to start. Second is managing time and staying productive. Third is finding enough clients. Fourth, standing out from the competition. And fifth, charging what I'm worth. Okay, so let's start with, I have no idea where to start because it's my favorite. And you voted for it, you asked for it. What do I do? You have to know what you do, you know, because you might be an expert, you might be working full time, you might have done some side project somewhere, but you clearly need to know and understand what you are really doing. Because most likely, even if you are working full-time and you have one title, most likely, but you are doing different jobs. And most likely, at least from many friends that I hear who are working full-time, they hate what they're doing. It's crazy, but they hate what they're doing. So most likely, you are also doing something that you like. So first step is just write down everything that you are doing in your current job. There is a book called Designing Your Life or something like that, and they have an exercise. So you have to write down every task that you are doing, like daily, weekly, monthly, and then kind of like rate it. How do you like it? How do you feel about doing this task? Because, for example, you may be, I don't know, podcast creator, and you love talking to people, you love having a conversation, but you hate doing this admin work. You hate like putting social media stuff, etc. Or maybe otherwise, you hate talking to people. You like to write blog posts, or you like to do some small videos, but no way talking to people. So list everything that you are doing, and just think about it. Like choose 3 things that you are passionate about, something that you are smiling when you are reading. Okay, oh, I like it. Just choose those 3 things. Circle them, of course. We need to do some homework. And then just chat with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT will tell you the rest. When you have these 3 skills, you can ideate yourself, you can create, think about what your dream job might look like, but you can also go to ChatGPT or Claude or any LLM model and ask, hey, here are the things I like to do. Once again, the more context you will add to this LLM, the more feedback you will get. You can talk to it, and then it will give you first step where to start. Maybe it will be a great answer. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not promising. Maybe it will be a shitty answer, most likely. Still, with a few iterations, you will understand what to do next. So, where do I start? When you know what you like doing, you need to talk to people, you need to connect with them. So, for me, once again, I'm talking about solely my experience, and I see currently LinkedIn is growing as more of a social media. It's kind of like turning in Instagram-ish, Facebooking style, but still it's professional. No matter what, it's still professional. And there are a lot of people who know what they're doing, who are building their brand for ages. And if you have just a single clue of what you want to do, you can easily find those people in search. Like it's not that hard. You just search for keywords and you find some people. See who are building their brands, see what they are doing. just connect with them. Just send them connection requests, just comment under their posts. Start building this network, because you will need it a lot. Secondly, if you know, like, it's a very good thing to join a community. If you know some professional community, it's very like easy to find a community for developers or for marketers or for some social media experts. It's like tons of them. If you are doing some legal stuff, it's a little harder because legal people are not like into sharing experiences with each other. Accounting, also a little bit harder. But once again, you can find it. Even Venture Cafe is a community. So since you are already sitting here, you already joined this community. So you can continue building the network and meeting people and moving forward. And just be curious. You know, I'm not saying that every time that you are connecting with someone, you need to ask them, hey, let's work together. I have something to propose you. I have something to sell you. Like, nobody cares about it. They will block you. Like, it's crazy how people don't know that yet. But if you're just curious, if you see what they are writing about, if you are asking questions about what they are talking about, if you are, I don't know, just ask what you really want to know. People usually, like, the worst case scenario, they won't answer you. The base case scenario, they will answer you, and you will learn a lot. It's like the easiest way to learn and the fastest way to learn. And third, first you understand what you are best in, second you connect with people, and then you need to change your mindset. There is a huge difference between full-time work mindset and freelance business entrepreneurial mindset. Because if you call yourself a freelancer, it kind of lets you slack. You can think that, I'm a freelancer, I can do work, I cannot do work, I'm a freelancer, whatever. But if you call yourself a business, it kind of like adds more, you know, responsibility to yourself. Like, when you are a business owner, you have to think like a business owner. You have to think about what will bring you money. You have to think what steals money from you. You have to understand how every connection that you are making moving you forward, or moving forward people around you. And to do this, you can create a simple Google document or a simple Notion page. Call it My Business Plan. And once again, play with ChatGPT or a large language model of your choice and tell it, hey, I'm this person who has this experience, who loves doing these things. Please help me to create my business plan based around this topic. Then with few more iterations, you will definitely, once again, if you want to really be good in talking with ChatGPT, you can even ask ChatGPT how to be better with ChatGPT. It will teach you. But it will be enough, you know, when you just start with some simple things, it will be enough to understand where you are moving. And then you will have to understand the market. Because if you are choosing a shitty market, if you are, let's imagine you are a copywriter, and with all this AI stuff, you decided to start copywriting career at this moment, maybe it's not a best choice, just maybe. Maybe it's the right choice, but it depends on how good you are in writing. Because you may be like very VIP writer, and you can be ghostwriter for people on LinkedIn, and they will hire you, of course, but you have to think about it. And you have to own your actions and inactions. Because people usually think about what they do that counts, but what you not do also counts. Every time that you are choosing to watch Netflix instead of like building your business or sending another connection request, you are not doing inaction, you are just deciding you are doing another action but in the wrong direction. So basically you have to own it. And when you tell yourself, like, just try it, you know, when you want to do something but then you are not doing, you are procrastinating, then you are watching TikTok or you are watching Netflix, just tell yourself, I choose to watch Netflix instead of building my business. I choose to watch TikTok for 3 hours instead of investing in my future. It sounds a little different, yeah? Than like, I don't have any inspiration, that's why I'm watching Netflix. No, you're just slacking, you're just procrastinating, you're just doing nothing. So own your actions and inactions. And talking about, the 5 pillars, I love this huge word, like 3 steps to mastery, 10 steps that will change your life. So the 5 pillars of freelance business. So the first one, as I told you already, you have to understand what you want to offer, what you want to do. When you understand what you want to do, you will understand kinda what to give to people. What do you offer? Why should they hire you? And when you know it, you have to test it. You have to talk to people. You have to find other people who are doing something similar to you, and you have to see if there is a market for that. When you have an offer, when you understand what you are doing, you have clarity. It helps you to move forward. Next, you need to find your clients. There is this great word called, how did it call? Unique selling point? Unique selling point is one of those, yes. And another one is ideal customer profile, yes, ICP, the sales thing. So when you know your ideal, okay, let's not go for ideal client. When you know at least someone who may potentially buy something from you, it will help you to move forward. But when you know your ideal customer profile, if you know that you are a copywriter, but you are not just a general copywriter and you write everything, but you are a copywriter for Netflix actors who are doing drama comedies or something like that, and you just ghost writing for them, and you know exactly who are your clients and you know exactly who you want to connect with. When you know who are your clients, it gives you focus. So instead of just trying to find everyone and make everyone your client, you chase specific people. And by chasing specific people, I'm not saying that you have to be cold outreaching them, that you have to just find some analog of yellow pages somewhere out there and just call everyone or just connect with everyone on LinkedIn. You will also understand what content to create, what to share with those people, what to talk about, how to ensure these people can find you. And another question is, why should they trust me? Because once again, something that I started this presentation with, that you have to have your personal brand. Currently, it's very hard, okay, people were always living without personal brands, and 99% of people are living without personal brands and no one knows that they exist, and it's okay. Once again, AI is changing this stuff, because when it was something that no one else can do or no one else want to do, now technology can do this for you. And why should anyone hire you if they don't know that you exist? So you still have to do it. And when you are building your personal brand, you have to answer this question: why should I trust this person? Why should I hire them? Why should I pay them money? When you understand why, it also helps you to come with a unique selling proposition, yes, that I heard before, and it gives you credibility. The more people understand what specifically you are doing, the easier you make it for them to hire you. And afterwards, you need to understand, how do you deliver stuff? How do you work? What is the best way of, are you proposing a paid course, or are you doing consultancy, or are you becoming, how do you call them? Okay, so are you becoming the interim expert, someone who is kind of still being a freelancer, but working almost full-time in one client or with different clients? So when you clearly know what is the way that you prefer working with clients, you can tell them your terms, and they know what to expect from you. And you can have the conversation. It's very important to have the conversation, because when you have the conversation, you can tell clients why should they care about you, and you are becoming more reliable in their eyes. Because every time the random person hiring you, they don't know whether you will deliver something that you are promising and how you will deliver it. They have no idea. You are a chaos in their eyes, and you have to help them make it clear, so they won't be afraid working with you. Exactly, coming back to this example with the person who gave me all the materials before I paid them, and another person who told me I will give you everything after you will pay me. It's a huge difference. And when you deal with all those first pillars, once again, most likely, currently, I'm just telling you the starting point, something to think about, how to change your mindset, how to approach, what is the easiest first step to take right now. When you go through all these things, when you know what you are offering, when you know who you are working with, how do you deliver, and why should client believe you? The next question is, how do I grow? How do I let people know that I'm working more than just with one person? How do I make myself discoverable? How do I ensure that in 3 months, when my current contract ends, I will have another job, that I won't be somewhere finding and begging everyone to work with me? How do I ensure that I have a stable income? How do I ensure that I have this piece of clients coming to me? So yeah, let's jump a little bit closer into the steps. So clarity, as I've told you already 100 times, define your specific offer, something what you are doing. For example, I'm building community for tech businesses that wants to grow faster. It's a little bit vague. It still tells those companies, oh, okay, maybe you should work with me. Or I work with SaaS company and help them to drive profits. The SaaS company, like, okay, who are you? But you are working with SaaS company. Okay, maybe we can do something together. Write it down in a way that I help my client to achieve their desired results. You have to understand what they really want to achieve, and through how do you do it. So if you have this one sentence, it will help you to move forward. It will help your clients to move forward with you. And communicate it everywhere. You have to test it. So I'm never promising that your first sentence will be the best working sentence and it will never change. So I don't know how many times I change the sentence and I keep changing it. So the more you work with clients, the more you understand their challenges, the more you understand why they hire you, the more you develop, the more your offer develops, and you can propose different range of different things. You can create an online course for someone who is not ready to pay you, but I mean like a lot of money, but they have time. So you can sell them like some small online course, whatever, go do it yourself. Then you can create some kind of a paid community. For example, for someone who have just a little bit more money, but want access to you as an expert and want access to other people who are doing a similar thing. They join the paid community, they work with you. And like the highest tier is when you are working one-on-one, when you are being a consultant, when you are being an expert, a mentor, whatever you call yourself. But you can create those things after you understand what the hell you're offering. And when you try it, you will have a lot of feedback, because people will, for example, you create first version, people come to you, ask you, like, can we work with you, and then tell you, like, do social media for me. And you are not a social media expert, you are SEO expert, and they have no idea what the difference between SEO and social media. So, okay, maybe my offer is wrong, maybe I need to change something. When you change your offer, you see what people are starting to ask you next. And the moment you understand, like, the moment it clicked, you are moving somewhere. And you will feel it, you know, like, I can talk about it forever, but you will feel it. So the second one is visibility. Once again, I told about it a million times, that you have to be online. And I might or might not be wrong, but for me, works best LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, it's always good to have your updated photo, not the photo you took 10 years ago somewhere in the university or on friend's party or whatever, but okay-ish photo, you can do a selfie, it's not that hard. Create a background, because many people forgetting about this huge background behind your photos that you can use. You can really use it to guide clients, because it's when they are joining your LinkedIn page, what do they see? They see your photo and they see this huge background, and you can write your offer on the background, so they will definitely remember about it. They will see it right away in the first seconds. Because usually when people join your profile and they can't find what you are doing in like 3 seconds, they just leave it and never come back. So make it easier for them to understand what you are really doing. And the third thing is this title. When you are working full-time, usually you have some like customer, officer, expert at company. But you can really update the title, you can write wherever you want. It has some limits and symbols, but you can write like, I am a like magician in SaaS business growth, or whatever you want to call yourself. Play with this title, you know, try to grab someone's attention. So what do you really need to make with this, with your photo, background, and title? Encourage people to send you a connection request, or to send you some kind of message. Then you will continue the conversation, but you need to kind of like grab their attention first. So the next great thing to do is make some useful action, at least once a day. You can post if you like writing, or if you hate writing, whatever, you still need to post sometimes, at least once a month, once a week. Choose something that you like to do. If you like to post, just post. And don't care about reactions, don't care about likes, whatever, because it won't grow fast. Sometimes it will grow very, very slow, but if you will care about it, you will never post again. You will post one time, like, nobody cares, and you will forget about it. But I can tell you, people care. So there is this thing called reach on LinkedIn, and you might have 0 comments, you might have 0 likes, you might have 0 reactions, but you might have 500 people who saw your post. And I can tell you, if you write something valuable, this 500, okay, let's tell like at least 1% out of these 505 people, they will remember you. They will like, you will be in their mind. The more you will post, the more they will see you, the more you will be on top of their mind, and the moment they will need to hire you, they will know who to talk to, because you will be on top of their minds. And if you don't like to post, you can do the easiest way, you can comment. It also works really good, because it's a trick that I'm always sharing with people. If you hate posting, if you like just don't feel like that, find 2 or 3 experts who are doing something that you are doing, who are like your colleagues, maybe even your competitors. Check what they are writing. You can copy what they are writing and make your post, but you can also like just, you know, when you have this shark and you have like small fishes that like swimming around the shark and getting some food out there. You can find some sharks on LinkedIn and just swim in the comments, just do some commenting. And first of all, people who are posting, they will notice you, and maybe you will make a great connection, maybe you will even work together sometimes in the future. Secondly, clients of those people will see you, because some people are really afraid to talk to kind of celebrities. They will say, oh, this person is busy, or they charge a lot of money, I don't want to talk to this person. But I will talk to this person in the comment, who add meaningful comments, who are talking about something. They looks like professional, but since they are in the comments, maybe they're just a little bit cheaper. You might be even more expensive than the person that you are connected with. But it's just a psychology, it's what people think. And also, it will help you to gain visibility. If you will do meaningful comments, people will notice you, people will connect with you, and your potential clients will connect with you. The more you will grow your network, the easier it will be for you to get new projects and new clients. If you like talking to people one-on-one, you can send them personal messages. And by the way, there is also this trick that I noticed. When you are writing personal message to a person on LinkedIn, the next few days, they will see your posts. I don't know how it works, but it works. Usually when I write someone and they answer me, I see their post for like at least 1-2 days. So I use this trick a lot. For example, if I want to connect with recruiters or staffing experts and want to talk with them about freelancers and about working with freelancers, I make a post about it, and then I send personal messages to those people. And first of all, they see my personal messages, and secondly, my posts will go to their feed. So it's like double work from different sides. So posting, commenting, personal messages, everything works, as long as you are being consistent. If you send it one time and forgot about it, it won't work. If you're doing like every day, 1 post, 1 comment, 1 personal message is better than 0. But in 30 days, it will be like 30 posts, or 30 comments, or 30 personal messages. And out of that, you may even have 1 or 2 clients. Who knows? You will see it. And try to connect with 1 person, at least 1 person a day. So just to give you an example, I connect with like 30 people per day, and from different things. So I connect with recruiters, because I want them to know how to work with freelancers. I connect with community builders, because that's what I'm also doing. I'm building community for businesses. And I also sometimes connect with some random interesting people who I see some random interesting posts on LinkedIn, because why not? We will never know how our ways will intersect in the future. And sometimes LinkedIn blocks me. It blocks me a lot. It blocked me yesterday. Yeah, if you will connect just with 1 person a day, it will be okay, so you are safe. So yeah, I feel like I talked so many times about connections. God damn it, I already told you to join a community, but once again, I will repeat it. Find a community on Slack, Discord, WhatsApp, Google, okay, no Google, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, any space where you see some movement, where there are some alive people, where you see some posts happening, join this community and connect with people. You already can check the number 2, attend 1 local meetup. You already done it for this month. You are covered, but please continue doing this. The more you meet people, the more you attend sessions. First of all, your brain works better. You understand what's happening on the market. You understand how to move forward. And sometimes you may hear some crazy conversations, and you may think that it's crazy at 1 second, and another day this crazy conversation will switch something in your mind, and you will pivot and move in totally different direction. You never know. So at least you need to try. And follow up with at least 3 people after each event. I will tell you a little bit of a trick. So before this event, it was very easy, you know. I just checked LinkedIn page of the event. I saw who are speakers inside. I saw people who liked the post, and I sent them messages like, "Hey, I see that you are going to this event. Maybe meet you up there." Like, it's the first touch point. Second touch point, if a person comes to, maybe they will learn something from you. Amazing. Maybe not. Not that amazing, but good enough. And maybe you can continue the conversation. Maybe you will meet in another session. Maybe you will talk after the speech for like 2 hours and you become friends for, I never had this experience, but you never know. So follow up with at least 3 people, make these connections. When you are continuing constantly reminding people about yourself, first of all, yeah, guess what? They will remember you. That's the main idea. And you have to build your credibility. You have to ensure that people can trust you. I told about it 400 times. So if you are just starting freelancing out of nowhere, it might seem hard to collect testimonials or reviews of what you are doing. But guess what? You all have colleagues. You are working with someone. You are not alone. You definitely have someone. Hopefully you have friends. I hope that you have friends. You can ask your friends to write you something. Even you can write something yourself and ask your friend just to post it for you. Or you can ask your colleagues. You don't have to ask them to create something from scratch. You can give them an example of what to post and ask them, hey, can you give me a favor? Can you do it? It won't that hard, you know. The first moment you ask, you will see that it works. So I recently did this exercise. So I worked with kind of like this professional growth coach, and I told this coach, you know, I do a lot of things, but I have no idea what value am I giving to people. Yes, I know specifically what value I'm giving to my clients because they give me feedback. I see KPIs, metrics, all the stuff. I see how businesses grows. But when I'm doing podcasts, I have no idea who listens to podcasts. I have no idea whether people get something from that. And he was like, ask them. I was like, how? He goes, send them a personal message and ask them. So I have this practice. Once a day, I send at least one message to a person who I know, who we anyhow intersected professionally or personally, and I ask them, hey, was there any value that I gave you during our interactions? Something that I might or might have not noticed, something that you never thought about. And I can tell you, so far I sent already like 100 messages. Out of this 100, kind of like 35 people answered me, and out of the 35 answers, I even received already 28 recommendations. So it was not that hard, you know, I had just to ask people. So when you ask them, and even if you do some job for them, they will be happy to give you a recommendation. Secondly, you need to showcase something. Once again, if you didn't do any freelance job before that, fake it till you make it. Create some project that doesn't exist, but pretend that you are having your imaginary client and do this project for your client. And then do this portfolio, do this explanation. Like, you can do this, you know, if you have a lot of free time. Once again, if you don't have it, just cancel your Netflix subscription, you have a lot of free time. So you can easily create it. And when you create it, you can go, once again, coming back to ChatGPT, and ask it to turn it into case study postings on LinkedIn. And you can do, I don't know, weekly, monthly posting. It won't hurt. But you need something to present to clients. You need something so they know what you are doing. And I don't really like to work for free, but when shit really hits the fan, sometimes you can do some voluntary work. So I don't call it like free work, I call it more voluntary work. So you can choose, there are a lot of projects, even for government, for charity, for whatever. You can choose a project in your niche, and you can find, first of all, you can easily find it on LinkedIn, and secondly, you can work for it. I even had a conversation with a freelancer who turns this voluntary work into paid engagement afterwards. So they start as a volunteer, but during this work they showcase themselves as an expert, they build connections, and when the project is done, people usually tell, hey, would you like to work with me for money? And they're like, yeah, okay, why not? Let's do it. And when you have, the more client stories, the more case studies you have, Always, always, always update your portfolio, update your storyline, create a document where you will keep summaries of all your projects. And the more you write it down, like these small summaries, the easier it will be for you to choose what to show to different clients when you meet them. And once again, at some point you won't need to come up with some ideas, because you will have a lot of things that you've done already. You will have a lot of feedback, and it also brings you a lot of clarity of what exactly you are best at. That's how you know what you are good at, really good at. I still don't know, I'm moving there. But you know, you have to do some stuff, you have to do some work. And yeah, I talked about consistency already a million times. You have to be consistent. Block 30 minutes every, like the best, you can do it weekly. It will just take a lot of time, but you can do it daily. If you just, okay, let's not talk about 30 minutes. Block 10 minutes daily on working on your business, on coming up with your offer, on connecting with people, and just clearly, totally add it like this block to your calendar. So you know, every day at 11 a.m. I'm working 10 minutes on my business. And I can tell you, first of all, if you will like it, you will work much more than just 10 minutes. Because the hardest part is to start, but you will kind of like move yourself into the starting point. When you start, you will continue, and it's better than zero. 10 minutes per day, better than 0 minutes per day. And it will move you forward. And you will get, the more you move forward, the more clarity you will get on what your next step to take. Keep a very, very simple content or client pipeline tracker. So if you are creating content, you need to know when you post it, what you are talking about, and the link to this post. You can always do this reconnection of your links. Or if you connect with some client and you know that this client has this specific problem and you wrote about this specific problem like 1 month ago, but you have it in your content tracker, you can easily find it, copy this link and send it to a client. Hey, I saw that you are dealing with this problem. That's exactly what I was writing like a few months ago. Here is the link, go check it, let's talk. So when you are given value first, even in this way, they will appreciate it. Like once again, the worst case scenario, they will just ignore you. But the best case scenario, they will learn from you, they will appreciate you, and most likely they will become your clients in the future. And how I do this, I have this trick. So every month I do an upload from like full data upload on LinkedIn. You can go to, I can, like if you message me on LinkedIn, I can send you a link of how to do it. So in settings, you can download all the data of everything that you were doing on LinkedIn before, with all your connections lists, all your posts, all your comments, basically everything. But I use it only for connection list. So I, for example, during the months, I connected with like 300 people. I copy these 300 people into just simple Google Sheet, and then I go one by one and give them a little bit tag. So for example, if I meet you here, I will tag you as CIC, because I met you at CIC during Venture Cafe. So now I know where we connected. Then, most likely, since you are here, and if you will connect with me on LinkedIn, most likely the next time I'll be speaking here, I will send you, hey, by the way, I'm doing a speech in Venture Cafe this Thursday, so let's meet up there. So once you go into this system, you will never go back from it. Maybe you can block me, or maybe you can tell me, Yurii, please don't send me anything. In this way, I will stop doing this. But it kind of like helps you to stand out and to remind people about yourself. And you have to be, you don't have to be afraid that people will hate you. Maybe they will hate you, but most likely they will never tell you, so they will silently hate you. Who cares? And if they will tell you, you will know that you are doing something wrong, and you can adjust your strategy and move forward in another way. So I have this list, and I can tell you in my network I have already over 8,000 connections, and for 2,500 I have these tags. So basically for 2,500 people, I know how we met, where we met, and I know what are our areas of interest. So anytime I have some proposal or some offer or doing something new that might be of interest of those people, I can just open this file and I can send a message and I can start a conversation. And it will be enough to send like 50 or 100 messages. It's not that hard, it's not that long, but it will bring you a lot of visibility. And remember to celebrate very, very small wins. You know, people think that when they get 6-figure businesses or 7 figures, they can celebrate. but you can celebrate a great conversation, you can celebrate a great new connection, you can celebrate your professional speech. Maybe if you, by the way, if you have something to share and you want to take a step, you need to build also your public speaking skill. You need to do it, because if you want to build your professional brand, you need to talk to people. And by the way, Venture Cafe is a really great place to try. So I started doing the speeches here at Venture Cafe 3 years ago, and I can tell my first speech was like shitty. I still afraid of coming back to the speech. But the more I practice, the better it becomes, and the more I understand what people are really interested in, because it's the easiest way to get your feedback. If you come up with title and description and 3 people showing up in the room, maybe it's not that interesting. If like 30 people come up, but then like in the first 5 minutes 20 of them goes away, maybe it's also not a good sign. But the more you try, the more you understand, the more you move forward. And even if you have referrals, even if someone, I'm not saying that someone gave you a client, but if someone told another person that there is a great specialist, also celebrate it, because people are talking about you, you know? Like, it's not that many people of whom others are talking about. So even if one person told someone about you, celebrate it, because you are moving in the right direction. And yeah, is it all you got? Practically, yes. So how to really start growing and working with multiple clients. So it's kind of like the easiest way, yeah? I don't know, it's too hard. And it's really hard, but the more you are doing small steps, the more you are creating, the more you're making your offer better, the more you are growing your connection list, the more you test and try different things, the more you talk to other people, the clearer this path will be for you. And at some point, so how do I get clients now? I never do cold outreach. I'm not going to clients and tell them, hey, please work with me. So I'm giving value first. I'm doing a lot of posting, I'm doing a lot of podcasting, I'm doing a lot of speeches, I'm talking to different people. And now, clients find me by the word of mouth. Yes, it took me 3 years. I mean, like, I have over 10 years of experience in this specific niche, but I kind of started building my personal brand 3 years ago. And now, I don't think that I have this kind of like very big personal brand in Warsaw, but I have rather good brand in the US and in small circles. But people know me, and when clients need me, they find me. I'm not searching for them, they're finding me. So the more you do this consistent work, the more you're showing up, the more you're building your personal brand, the more people will find you. Easy? No, not that. But the more you do steps, the easier it becomes. And yeah, just to sum up. So first of all, remember that freelancing is running a full business. So every time that you are starting kind of small gig, always think about it as a real huge business with everything around it. Offer, client, brand, delivery, sustainability. When you know what to offer, whom to offer, how to deliver, and how to do it a recurring process, you'll be okay-ish. You'll be okay-ish. And remember to build your network and stay visible, because if you are invisible, no matter how great expert you are, no one cares. Overall, no one cares. I can tell you, I had this feeling that when I had something on my t-shirt, when I just got some ketchup on my t-shirt, whatever, I was thinking that everyone on the street goes and looks at me, oh my God, this person has ketchup. Guess what? No one cares. They also think, oh, maybe I have ketchup on my t-shirt, so they don't care about you. And it's true, yeah, sorry, not sorry. But as long as you are visible, you are good. So, some actionable steps. If you don't have LinkedIn, please create it. You will need it, especially if you want to work on international markets. I'm originally from Ukraine. So, in Ukraine, if you have LinkedIn, most likely you are working with international experts, because in Ukraine, anyone else is not using LinkedIn. When I came to Warsaw, I also noticed it's a very similar thing here. So people are a little bit more aware of power of LinkedIn, but not that aware. But any time that you are going abroad, remember, it's the first thing that everyone will see, and it will be even before they will see your CV. And even if they will see your CV, they will go and try to check your LinkedIn. So you have to have it. Choose an offer, just one offer. Okay, start with 3 offers and just play with them, just test them. Test what works better, and then choose one and stick with it. reach out to at least one person you really admire, or you notice them, or you like them. You know, I recently reached out to Stephen Bartlett, the host of the Diary of a CEO podcast, and I reached out to him because they started building community, and I'm a member of this community, but they are doing it in such a shitty way that I just couldn't stand it. I messaged Steven, hey Steven, I have something to tell you. He was like, okay, tell it. I'm like, okay, I will tell you everything. I told him everything, he never replied again. But at least I reached out, yeah, so kind of made some connection. Join a community, people will help you, and no matter at what point of a journey you are, there is always someone more experienced than you. If you are dealing with some challenge at the moment, there is a huge chance that at least 10 people dealt with this challenge before, and they at least have some thoughts for you to help you overcome this challenge. So join a community, go ask questions, be active. And yeah, since I was talking a lot about Freelancer Map, so join the platform freelancermap.com and check some projects there. And yeah, that's the slides that I use in my every single presentation, because I learned it in the hard way. You know, when I try to motivate myself, I try to listen to motivational videos or motivational music. It took me 10 minutes, then my motivations went away. So if you are still consistent, if you are doing just one very super easy small step per day, it will be much more better than if you will block 3 hours to work on Sunday. You will never work on Sunday for 3 hours. So just do 10 minutes per each day instead of like 3 hours on Sunday. And you will move much forward. And anything above 0 compounds. So sometimes it might feel like you are not moving anywhere. Sometimes it might feel like you are doing some shitty job. Sometimes it might feel like the world hates you. Maybe the world hates you, who knows. But most likely it's not the case. But every small single step in, I'm not telling in the right direction, in any direction, you will understand if it's the right direction or not when you will make those steps. But every small step, anything about 0 compounds. Just do something small and see what will work. And yeah, just stay positive. World have a lot of hatred and shitty things happening currently at this moment worldwide. Try to stay positive, it will help, especially if you want to create your freelance business. You will have a lot of downwards, you have a lot of pitfalls, and sometimes you will think, I hate freelancing, I want to just go find some full-time job and don't think about where to get my money. And it's the worst days, but if you survive those days, everything else will be okay. And useful materials, I don't really have them because I have no idea specifically in what point of a journey each of you are, but you can always message me on LinkedIn, and I always encourage people, please ask questions, because I'm not promising that I will answer you. But when you are asking questions, you already have a part of an answer yourself, so you're already moving in the direction of finding an answer. Okay, I will answer you. And when you ask a question, there is another trick that I also use. So I'm trying not to create random posts on LinkedIn. I'm always encouraging people to ask me questions. And if it's like a very small question, I will answer right away. But if it's like a big question, I will turn it into the post. And then I will send you a link to the post. So it kind of like works in 2 ways. So you will receive an answer, I will have a post. And sometimes other people have the same question, so they also receive an answer. So you are helping everyone, so just go and ask questions. And it's something that I really want you to check. I mean, like, there is nothing else, it's just a Google form. There I ask you to put name, surname, email, and maybe your WhatsApp number. So what's the idea? We have a Freelance Unlocked conference in Berlin, and we have a Freelance Unlocked community where freelancers, we have it in online space, but also we have in-person meetups. And I also want to create a similar community for freelancers and entrepreneurs here in Warsaw. Of course, it will be online. I have no idea where it will be hosted, on WhatsApp, on Slack, or LinkedIn group, or maybe it will be just an email list, whatever. But the idea is that if we are moving in the same direction, from time to time we can have some meetups, we can have some catch-ups, and we can do it together. So if you are considering starting a freelance journey, or if you are on the freelance journey, or if you have friends who are on freelance journey, just check, scan this thing, give me your name, your surname, I'm not even asking about your LinkedIn link, I will find you, it's okay. I have contacts. Yeah, I will just keep it for a few more minutes so anyone can join. And if you will give me your WhatsApp number, I promise I won't spam. Yeah, no worries. If you can scan it, you can just send me a message afterwards on LinkedIn. I'm just one and only Yurii Lazaruk on LinkedIn, so you can find me easily. It's not a problem. And yeah, I told you that there were no freebies, but I kind of have something. So there is a story behind it. In the previous year, I was working with a platform called 9am, and I was working specifically with freelancers. So I was helping them to find their offer, to change their mindset, how to network, how to stand out, and all the things. And we created a course. So this course was based on like over 90 podcast conversations that I had, over 10 years of experience of our team, and we even made it paid. Like it was like 150 euros or something like that. And we even sold like 10 courses or whatever. And then when I joined another company, when I started working with Freelancer Map, we agreed that nobody will do these sales for this course, so why keep it closed? So we just uploaded on YouTube, I made a post on LinkedIn, I just posted each playlist of the whole course. So basically, there are like 80 videos, but there are very small videos, like from 3 to 4 minutes, and overall it's like 4-hour course. But if you check it, you will have a clear understanding of where to start freelancing, how to find your unique selling proposition, how to find your ideal customer profile, how to do some marketing, how to do connections. So I tried to put everything from our team's experience into this course, so at least you know where to start. So basically it's kind of like enhanced version of what I was talking about here today. So it's like 30 minutes now, but there are 4 hours of pure knowledge. You can check it, or you can always send me a LinkedIn message and we'll connect. And yeah, thank you so much for spending this time with me.